Hello, Erica here again. I'm here doing my least favorite books of 2014. I did have some books that I really didn't like this year, and I'm going to tell you about them. These are in no particular order. First I have Volume 1 of The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. Did not love this. It took me forever to get through it. I gave it 2 stars. I hear it gets better, that the series gets better later on, so I might at some point try and pick up the next volume, but as of now, I am in no rush. I don't know what else to say about it. It just was it was what it was. Don't be alarmed that I'm holding this up. So, I did not read The Chronicles of Narnia as a child. There are a lot of things I should have read as a child that I did not read as a child. And I'm trying to go back now and read them. So I read this entire series this year. And I liked most of the series. But the last book in The Chronicle of Narnia, The Last Battle, was so bad. I was cringing the entire time I read it. And I get it. I know it's supposed to be heavy on the Christian metaphors and the Christian symbolism. But that book was stupid and I hated it. And I sound like a child saying that. But I don't think I would have enjoyed it either if I had read it when I was younger. It's called The Last Battle. You expect there to be some action. And there is for like a little bit of the book. And then the rest is like them being like, oh, we are in heaven. It's great. So, whatever. That was weird and I didn't like it. The next book that I really didn't like this year was, what the hell is this book called? The Line of Beauty by Alan Hollinghurst. This is a book set in Britain in the 1980s. It follows a gay male protagonist who at the time is living with a friend whose father is very high up on the political ranks. I don't know what I'm saying. I tried to like this book. I really did. I really didn't. It's mostly about the main character's affairs with a variety of men. That's fine. But this dragged, y'all. The writing, I just did not like the writing style. I know Hollinghurst is praised for, like, writing really well. It was very dense. It was very slow. And for what the story was, I didn't feel like the pace and the tone went with the plot. Like, it didn't, there was some disconnect there in what the story was and how it was told. And so I had issues with that. Other than that, this isn't a bad book. I just really, really didn't enjoy it. Next one, no surprise. Paper Towns by John Green. I did read The Fault in the Stars this year. I did actually like that book. I know, it's problematic. I get it. But for what it was what it was. It wasn't bad to me personally. So I decided, everyone's talking about John Green. I should check out some of his other work. And I did. And I didn't like it. Next, I have a recent finish, that is Tess of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy. I totally understand the merits of this work. I am not going to bash this novel. This novel is very important. This novel is not necessarily bad. It just was not for me. Again, I didn't connect with Hardy's style of writing. I got no joy out of it. I just didn't like this book. The end was good, though. The end was real good. Next, I have something that I really expected to like and really, really didn't like. That is The Interstings by Meg Wolitzer. This got a lot of hype last year. It follows a group of kids who meet at a summer camp for academically and creatively gifted children, and it follows them as they grow up and how their friendships change and how they change into adulthood and all that. I thought I was totally going to connect with this. I went to summer camps like that when I was a teenager, and I am 25 now, and so I was like, oh man, this is going to be a great book for me. It's going to be all about how your dreams don't work out, and life, and things. It is about that, but this book sucked. It took me like 2 months to read this book, and it's not, it's kind of long, but it's not that long, and it's not very dense or anything. It was slow. I thought all of the character development was very flat. I found all of their relationships to be completely predictable. I didn't connect with anything that was said or written or discussed or nothing. I got nothing out of this. I don't even know why I still have it. Speaking of books that I don't know why I still have, this was actually my least favorite book of the year. Like, if I had to rank them, this would be at the very bottom. This is If on a Winter's Night a Traveler by Italo Calvino. No idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's a very famous Italian author from the 60s and 70s, I believe. This is very postmodernist, deconstructionist work in which you are presented with this beginnings, the opening chapters of 10 very different novels. And you get those, and then interspersed with those are the story of these characters called the reader and the other reader. Okay, interesting concept. It's a book about books. I'm all about that. I can handle deconstructionist, postmodernist stuff. I have no problem with that. This book, though, was so blatantly sexist that I hated it. So the reader sections of the book, which are written in the second person, so it's you are the reader because you're reading the novels, and it's this whole big thing. I get it. It's all about how we relate to books and how books relate to us and yada, yada, yada. So those sections, which are written in the second person, are addressed to a man exclusively, except for one moment when they're addressed to a female. One moment. And I believe that was a sex scene. I believe I wrote something in my Goodreads review of this book to the effect of, this book would have been 4 stars if the author had trusted my tiny female brain to understand his big concepts. Or something like that. I was really highly insulted by the sexism in this book, and usually I can swallow sexist books. This is the second time today I'm talking about sexist authors. And for being written in the 70s, there is no excuse. There is none, not even a little bit. Not that there's ever an excuse, but there's not even it was written in 1970. Okay, this wasn't written in the fucking Middle Ages. And it was just, the female character in this book is seen only as an object of sexual desire. She has no depth to her at all. She has no desires of her own. She's got nothing. And it was just so bad. So, I'm sorry that he didn't think a woman could handle his novel, because I did, and now I fucking hate him. And I probably will never read anything that he's ever written again. Even though he's very well respected in the literary world, I believe. But, nope. So, those are my least favorite books for this year, 2014. I'm going to go soak in a bath now and rid myself of all of the anger that I built up while talking about those books. If you had any books you really hated in 2014, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. I will see y'all at a later date and time. Bye-bye.